and let's start with our today's topic. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic of evaporation. So evaporation is what basically this is the conversion of liquid phase into vapor phase. But do you know this is the exact phase conversion in boiling also. This is also a conversion of liquid into vapor phase. But what is the difference between these two phenomena? This is actually very confusing for students. So now let's discuss about this. Boiling is the conversion of liquid into vapor phase at its boiling point only. Clear? And but during evaporation, again the same conversion from liquid to vapor phase below its boiling point at any temperature. Like if I am taking example of water, as you all are aware, the water boiling point temperature is 100 degrees Celsius. So if it is done, the conversion is done below 100 degrees Celsius, that it comes under the category of evaporation. If the same conversion happen at 100 degrees Celsius, that is its boiling point, so it comes under the category of boiling. So this is the main difference. Now, what is the science behind during evaporation? So let's discuss. This is the beaker and containing water. I draw some water molecule, and as you all are aware, they are having interparticle space, and these are the surface molecule and these are the bulk molecule. Clear? Up now you can see that this molecule, if I am talking about this molecule, this is present in bulk of the liquid and it is surrounded by other molecule from all the sides, and you all are aware that they are having interparticle force also. Force of attraction is there. So it is surrounded by or it is bounded by attraction force from all the sides. But if we compare this molecule with the surface molecule, it is not surrounded by all the molecule from all the side, so it is not bounded with force of attraction from all the side. Yeah. So, and do you know this thing? Every molecule wants to be free. Every molecule wants to remain in free state. अब ये तो यहाँ पर बाउंडेड स्टेट में है, सो हर मॉलिक्यूल कहाँ जाना चाहता है? सराउंडिंग में, ओपन एयर में. बट अब दे आर बाउंडेड विथ स्ट्रॉन्ग फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, दोज मॉलिक्यूल प्रेजेंट इन बल्क. अब दे हैव मोर स्कोप to escape out because they are very near to surrounding. So this molecule have more scope, more probability to escape out into the surrounding. But they need energy for this because right now they are in liquid state and they wants to be the part of vapor phase. The vapor phase is in higher state. So they need energy to change into next higher state. So ये एनर्जी कहाँ से लेगा? They take energy from its surrounding, from these water molecules. ये यहाँ से water molecule से एनर्जी लेगा. Once they get enough energy, clear, sufficient energy, they will escape out from this container. So this is all about the evaporation. This exactly happen during evaporation. So as you have observed that during evaporation, the conversion of water molecule into vapor phase, each surface molecule required energy and they take up energy from the surrounding. So the surrounding temperature gets lowered, and when the temperature gets lowered, it causes cooling effect. So that's why another difference point we can discuss with the help of this phenomena. So it causes cooling effect and it doesn't causes cooling effect. Why is it so? Because in boiling, during boiling point, you have to raise the temperature at its boiling point. So you have to provide the energy in the form of heat through this flame. So all water molecule, this is the surface molecule, and all water molecule get energy simultaneously from this flame. So these molecule doesn't need, these water molecule don't need any kind of extra energy so that they can take up from the other water molecule. So it doesn't cause any cooling effect because their requirement of heat fulfilled by this flame only. So it doesn't cause any cooling effect. And this phenomena, this is the surface phenomena. As you can see that only surface molecule gets involved during this phenomena. And bulk phenomena means all the water molecule gets involved simultaneously during boiling point. Boiling. Now we can elaborate the statement evaporation causes cooling with the help of few examples. These are the daily life observation and you might have seen. First we take when we sprinkle water on roof during summer. So what exactly happened that people usually do during summer? They sprinkle water on the roof and the water molecule gets evaporated into the surrounding, and during evaporation they need energy and they take up energy from the roof, so the roof temperature gets lowered, so we feel cool. Now let's take another example. When we put acetone on our palm, acetone we can take paint remover instead of acetone because acetone is one of the ingredient in nail paint remover. So if we put acetone on our palm, so the acetone molecule gets evaporated, and during evaporation they need energy and they take up energy from our palm. Clear? So we feel cool. So because our palm temperature gets lowered. Now let's take third example. Water is kept in earthen pot in summer. So what is the science behind it? The same evaporation concept, because in earthen pot there are minute pores on the surface of earthen pot. So when we kept water inside the earthen pot, the water molecule gets evaporated through these pores, and during this evaporation they need energy, they require energy because they change from water molecule to vapor phase. So they require energy and they take up energy from the water inside the earthen pot. So the water temperature gets lowered inside the earthen pot and water gets cool. So next is why we wear cotton cloths in summer. So cotton cloths is fabric. Clear? And fabric is made up of fiber. And cotton fibers are having pores in it. So when we perspire, जब हमें sweating होती है, तो our sweat gets evaporated through these pores present in cotton fiber. During that evaporation, they need energy. The same concept behind all the example. So during evaporation, our sweat take up the energy from our body. So we feel cool. Now this is the last topic of evaporation. Factors affecting evaporation. Very simple factor which affects evaporation. So let's take surface area because this is a surface phenomena. So we can take surface area first. So as you can see that more surface area, then evaporation rate will be higher. These are directly proportional to each other. We can take few examples like we spread wet cloths to dry them in air. Means spreaded wet cloths means more surface area and more surface molecule get involved and evaporation rate will be higher. We can take another example. we are able to sip hot tea faster from a saucer than cup. As you can see, saucer has more surface area than cup. So more surface area means more surface molecule get involved during evaporation. Now let's take second factor, temperature. It's very simple. More temperature and more molecules gets evaporated. This is the very simple example you must have seen in your daily life. Like clothes get dried faster in afternoon than evening. You can ask this question like this also. Why do wet clothes dry quickly in the sun than in the shade? So the answer is the temperature in the sunny area is higher than in the shade, and evaporation takes place at a very faster rate at high temperature. Uh, Hence, wet clothes dry quickly in the sun. So now the third, wind speed. Wind speed means more wind speed, then more evaporation. So we can take this example, cloths dry faster in windy day. That is your daily life observation. And you can take another example also. You must have observed that why do we feel comfortable under a fan when we are perspiring? Perspiring means sweating. So the answer is the sweat is readily evaporated from the body by the air from the fan. So fan speed depicts the wind speed. So as a result, we feel comfortable under a fan because under a fan, the sweat gets evaporated quickly and evaporation cause cooling effect. Clear? As we have discussed earlier. Now the fourth is humidity. And I would like to tell one thing, these three factors are directly proportional to evaporation. These three factor increases, then evaporation rate will be higher. But now the first is the reciprocal relationship with the evaporation, means the more humidity, less evaporation. Means more humidity, then evaporation rate will be lesser. So first you should know about what is humidity. So humidity is amount of water vapor in atmosphere. So during rainy season, that the atmosphere has enough sufficient amount of water vapor already, and atmosphere, as you know, that atmosphere has capacity to hold adequate amount of water vapor. So if atmosphere has already a sufficient amount of water vapor, so no more water molecules gets evaporated during rainy season, or you can say cloudy season. So you can take this example under this factor, that desert cooler means normal cooler, desert cooler does not work in rainy season. So first you should know about the science behind the desert cooler. You must have seen the grassy pad in the cooler. So it has some pores in it and water gets evaporated. These are the grass pad and these are some pores in it. Clear? And water gets evaporated through this pores, and during evaporation it takes up energy from the water that is present in the cooler, and so the water in the cooler, the temperature of the water in the cooler gets lowered, and the water gets cool. Clear? So that is the reason that desert cooler does not work properly in rainy season, but it works properly during dry day. Clear? So this is the reason, and these are the factors, very important factor which affects evaporation. And there are so many conceptual questions can come in the exam from evaporation. I hope after watching this video, the concept of evaporation should be crystal clear to you. Now it's a quiz time to check your understanding. These are two questions. Please try to answer in my comment box. And I'm giving you the hint for second question. Why do trees acquire more leaves during summer? Both the question are related from evaporation concept. And the hint for second question is there any relationship between leaves and transpiration? So just think, and if you have any doubt, then write in your comment box. And if you find my video helpful to you, so please do subscribe and share my channel. So good day to you all.